everyone, welcome back. It is time again for my weekly shop. That sounded weird. It is time again for my weekly shop my stash. As a reminder, this is what I wore last week. I did have the Makeup Revolution Fortune Favours The Brave palette, and this is what it looks like inside. It is a very pretty palette. I enjoyed using it. I only wore makeup about 3 times this week, I think. Not often at all. It was just a really busy week, but I do like this palette. These shadows blend beautifully. I was reminded of that when I did wear it this week, that this is a really good palette. I know sometimes Makeup Revolution can be hit and miss with their with the quality and the consistency of their shadows, but this palette overall, Fortune Favours The Brave, if you have an opportunity to pick it up and you enjoy the shades in it, I highly recommend it. It's a really nice palette. It works really well. The other palette that I used was by Pure, and it's covered in makeup. At least it's wipeable. But the Pure My Little Pony palette, and again, this is what I wore the most this week. I think I wore it 2 times, so maybe I wore makeup 4 times. I'm not even sure, but I did wear this the most. I really enjoyed wearing this. I love this palette. It wore nice. Again, the colors just blended beautifully for me with this palette. Then I have the ColourPop one here, and you open it up and it does have the 6 Super Shock shadows in here, different kinds. They have like a matte, and there's some satin, and there's some shimmers in there. Honestly, I used this once and I wiped it off my eyes because I got frustrated with it. I think they're starting to dry out a little bit, and as much as I really enjoy the shades in this particular collection, and I really like the packaging, I think I'm going to pass it on to my daughters. I think they'll really enjoy it. I didn't gravitate towards them. I think I bought this originally just because of the packaging. And yeah, it's not worth me holding on to and keeping on my vanity anymore. So I'm going to pass this on to my daughters because, again, they will enjoy this a lot and probably fight over it. But hey, at least it'll get used. The blushes that I used were this RealHer Be Fearless, Be Limitless one, and it's this trio here. Again, really like these. They blend nice. They wear nice on the face. No problems at all. I did have the Milani one. I didn't wear this at all this week, so I'm going to hold this for this week to wear again, or to use for this week because I didn't get around to it. Oh my goodness, everything's dropping. I did not use this past week, so I am going to use this for this upcoming week and just keep it in my shop, my stash for this. And then I have these highlighters here. I did use all 3 of them, and I really enjoy all 3 of them. This one, you can't see through very well, but it's the white with the gold in it. And then we have a more peachy pink one, and then this is kind of a champagne-y borderline pinky one as well. Like them all, but they will be going back in my collection until next time. And then I did have this one out because I did want to use this, and this has some eyeshadows in it and a matte and a shimmer bronzer, and that's why I pulled it, was to use those. And I don't think I used this at all, even though I meant to. So again, I'm going to hold on to this for this week as well and keep it in my shop, my stash, so that I can get a feel for if I actually enjoy this or not. Now, for this week, these are the palettes that got picked by Random Number Generator. Again, all my palettes are numbered, and I just use Random Number Generator to pick out the palettes for the week, and I don't reuse a palette until I've gone through my entire collection. So, these are the ones that got picked. I have the Winky Luxe palette here, the Kitten palette. I believe that's what it's called. And it's a really soft, pretty palette. And then I have the Mellow Cosmetics Treasure Chest palette. And this is another one that is very soft and just pretty. And I'm really looking forward to using that, mainly because of that yellow shade there. And then I have the Urban Decay Elements palette. This is what this one looks like. And again, nothing super bold. This definitely has the most color out of the 3 palettes, but again, looking forward to using it. We will see how much use I actually get out of these palettes this week. So this is the last week. This is the last week my kids will be in school, so my most opportunity to put makeup on is usually when they've gone to school and I have time. So we will see if that happens after this week. But anyway, rambling on. So now I'm going to pick out a face palette from this very disorganized drawer that I always say I'm going to organize, but I honestly don't know how, because there are so many big bulky things in this, and don't mind the mess as usual. Life gets so busy. Things get messy. I think I actually might pull this big bulky thing for this week. Do I want to use this? It's got the highlighter, the blush, the bronzer. I think I might pull this as my face palette for this week. So we will use this one. It's only going to get worse as summer goes on. Okay, what blushes should we use this week? This one, let's see, what's in this palette? I forget. Okay, that's more of like a rose color. So we will go for something different than that. And I do have that Luminoso one that I'm using. Okay, and that's more peach. So what should we go with? Do I need another one? Well, of course, because we want to use them. I guess I don't have a pink one. I have the rose and the coral. Nope, that's more coral. One's this? Fiji? Nope, that one's more rose. Clearly, I don't have a lot. Should I try this paint? No, I'm not going to try that one because I know I'm not going to wear that this week. This is pink. Maybe I'll do this one. Okay, yeah. I'll do the Laura Geller one. This is the, what one? Tropical Hues one. So it's slightly different than the one in the Physicians Formula palette. So this one will get used along with Luminoso. And then there is a highlighter in that palette as well. But I am going to pick, I think that was more gold. So we can go with one that is different. They're all highlighters. They all look the same until you go to do your makeup and then you're like, oh wait, I want that one. Do I want this one this time? Huh. Yes. Yes. We will take this one for this week. I'll show that after. And I have a bronzer. I think we're good. So this is the Physicians Formula one. It does have the bronzer, the highlighter, and the blush. Obviously not in that order in here. And then the eyeshadows. I don't know if I'll use them that much or not. I got this mainly for the cheek products that were in here and the perfume and the lippy. So there's that. Again, there is the Laura Geller blush and Milani Luminoso. For highlighters, it does have more of the vanilla shade, the lavender shade, and the peachy shade. And then it has that cream one up top as well, which I don't really use that often. And then I do have this bronzer one again. So those are the products that I am using on my eyes and my cheeks this week. As always, I have my little fancy thing here. Try not to blind you with my lipsticks and everything in it. And I will just be pulling from that as I feel I want for my looks. I don't know if I'm speaking well today or not. It's been a really long weekend that we finally got through. Lots of birthday parties, sleepover for my daughter with a bunch of 11-year-old girls. Let's just say there wasn't a lot of sleep happening this weekend. So I am going to be changing things up a little bit for the summertime just because I don't wear eyeshadow that often in the summer if I have makeup on at all, just because I'm swimming and I don't want to take the time to do a full look of makeup if I know it's just going to come off in the pool anyway. So I generally, if I do makeup, it'll just be like concealer and mascara. Unless it's raining out, then I'll go ham and make up for lost time. But I decided for the summer I'm not going to do a shop my stash. But I did pull some palettes that I really enjoy using specifically in the summertime. So I do have, without dropping anything, and these are, I'm just going to pull from these for the whole summer, starting the week of July 1st. So this will be my last week of June, and then forever more for the summertime, well, until September, we will be using this pile here. So we have the My Little Pony palette. And this is what this one looks like. This is the ColourPop one, not the pure one. I do have the Too Faced Sugar Pop palette. And yes, all of these are very similar with that bright pop of green and pink in most of them. Then I have the the Laka Desert Mirage palette, and this is my favorite palette in my entire collection. I just love how the colors in it. I love the color story. I love how these shadows blend and work. Not that you could tell by looking at it because it looks barely used, but I have used this a lot and I do love this palette. It is my favorite. I do have the ABH Riviera palette here. Those are the shades in that one. And the Cargo, is it Havana Nights or is it just Havana? Pretty sure this said Havana Nights on something. Anyway, then I have the Cargo Cosmetics Havana palette, and this is what this one looks like. So yeah, those are the eyeshadows that I'm going to be pulling, or eyeshadow palettes that I'm going to be specifically using for July and August. And then I did pull out my singles. I just have some of these hard candy ones. There's like the loose thing from Naked Cosmetics, and then I have a few like actual single shadows in there from different brands that hopefully I will get more use out of. So that is my plan for the summertime. I'm not pulling any cheek products or anything like that. I will just use those randomly as I'm doing my makeup and however the mood strikes, so to speak. So that is what I will be doing. I think I've said that a few times now. Again, this is my weekly Shop My Stash for the last week of June that I will be doing, and those are the products that I will be using. So I may come back on next week and just do a quick update on if any of them stood out in a good way or a bad way. But otherwise, if you don't hear anything past this weekly Shop My Stash, then everything went well. They went back in my collection, and yeah, we moved on to the summer things, and we will continue this back in September again. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I hope you have a wonderful week. Take care.